Hello, hello, hello. It's a bit loud for me, but I don't know how much of a difference it makes for you guys, so we'll turn that down on my end. It's raining, which is why I'm streaming this game. I realized that it was raining and I was like, oh, what a cozy feel, what a perfect time to be. Oh, it's the thing where I can't see chat again. I really should work on setting these up ahead of time, but I really just, since I've had an easier time streaming, I'm always just like, oh, it'll be easy, it'll work fine, and, oh, well. Stream. No, here. I would like to see... Oh, you know what? I do have to edit stream info, do I? Or do I even, actually? Nope. Last time I played, add stream marker chat. There we go. Last time I played, Hogwarts Legacy, I left it, the stream information on how it is, which was, whoops. Why do I have no data? What do I have? Weird, I had one. Actually, I had two of them. I had two save datas. One that I had played before and one that... That's weird and unfortunate. It's actually really unfortunate. We've already played through what we're going to be doing here.
Once upon a time in a world far,
okay,
far
let's
away.
try to speed run it. Let's try to go really fast because we want to catch up at least to where we were, which was watching.
Well, actually, it was this line specifically.
What's his face? We were watching the vampire and the dwarf.
Once upon a time,
decide on where they were going to go to. Yeah, we were just done making the vampire's quest.
My tavern.
So yeah, we're gonna try to speedrun it after we get through this intro.
For anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose.
This is such a brilliant opening. I love it.
But I'm not just your typical innkeeper.
Excuse me.
My drinks are infused.
I love the
with
D&D dice,
to
the
aid ambitious
D20s.
adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious.
Still not ideal
Excuse
circumstances
me,
for this stream. I don't have a full glass of water, but I do have a
Then
half
again,
glass of water, so we'll see how long we go. I mean, especially since we are trying to skip through most of the text till we get to where we were, which is what I'm going to be doing. I'm sorry. I want to catch up to where I was already at. Boop, 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 boop. What should I talk about while we do this? This is the thing. I came to this game because I knew that I wouldn't have to worry about anything, but I actually totally have to make conversation. Oh no. I just went to visit my mom. It was nice. We watched some Grey's Anatomy, and my partner came over. It was one of my nieces, one of my many, many nieces, birthdays. She was turning 6, so we had delicious store-bought chocolate cake and some chocolate ice cream that we went to get. No, on our trip to get the ice cream, actually. So I was with my stepdad in the car, and like we got out of the car, and he left his window rolled all the way down. And well, like, so I live in a relatively small town. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have, like, I'm not too worried about people robbing me where, like, I live normally. But my mom, she lives in, like, a big city. She lives, like, in a big city where, like, she could totally get robbed. And as we were, like, walking, and, like, once we got to the store, he, like, shut the doors and stuff and then left his window rolled all the way down. Like, left the car ripe for stealing. Which is just, like, it was a terrible idea, and I told him that, and he was like, oh no, it's not bad. It's not like I'm on this part of town. And I'm like, it literally does not matter what part of town you're in. This is a huge, like, city. Yeah, no, it was not the best move. I have all of the drinks memorized. Sorry, we're speedrunning. You don't get any pets. No pets for you, sir. Here we go. I have Swift Strike memorized. Everybody wants Swift Strike, which is just, you know. I was thinking of, like, ideas I could do to, like, make more entertaining videos. And one idea I had was doing, like, streams where I just played how I'd like, and then I would do voiceovers for them. You know, commentate on, like, what caught my attention, or what I think would be funny, or anything like that. I don't know. I feel like I've struggled to think, like, to concentrate on making conversation and playing the game at the same time. This game's much easier to do that with because, well, it's a pretty relaxed game. And I've played this opening twice already, so I do know all the stuff I'm supposed to do. I'd love to catch up to where we left off, at least in our last stream, which is still something I played past on my own time. Yeah, so it's, I don't know. I'm gonna try to make the same choices that I made the first go through. I'm planning a trip with my partners soon. My partners and some friends from high school. We're going on a trip. We're gonna stay in an Airbnb. We're gonna do some shopping and all sorts of fun stuff. I'm excited. It'll be a good time. Yeah, no, I'm blanking. I always am when I actually try to, like, talk. I always, like, can come up with ideas of stories I can tell, like, in the middle of the day when something happens. Like, I work at my job at McDonald's, and a customer will do something ridiculous, you know? And I'll think of it, and I'll be like, wow, this would be a great story to tell on the stream, and then I can never remember it when I actually get here. There was a while where I was, like, playing like Minecraft, and I had a regular viewer, but I was also streaming regularly. It's like one of my beliefs about, like, about streaming or doing anything as, like, an influencer or anything on social media in general, is that as long as you're consistent, like, if you're working hard and putting a lot of stuff out there, eventually you're going to build a community, even just, like, a small one. Like, if you are consistently, like, if you're posting every day, it does not matter if your content's kind of boring or slow, you're still probably going to draw in an audience and create a community, maybe even just a small one. She likes strength, doesn't she? It's like 3 strength, a charisma, and a defense. Let's see if I can get it right without looking. Am I right? Heck yeah, I am. I'm so good at this game. To be fair, there's not that many options. It's kind of a process of elimination thing. This game's cute, but I have already played through this twice, so we're skipping through a good amount. Yeah, I know that I didn't get any visitors when I played Hogwarts Legacy, because I didn't have it marked as Hogwarts Legacy. Actually, what I was thinking is that I finished High on Life, and I was actually, like, super bummed to be done with it. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of like a new game to like play. I found out that I really like games like that, games like Hogwarts Legacy and High on Life and Detroit Become Human. Like for a very long time, Detroit Become Human was my absolute favorite game. So, you know, that's the kind of thing I'm hoping to find. I know that there are games like that, I also struggle with, like, difficulty, so I definitely want more story-based games with some amount of conflict in them. Or, not conflict. Yeah, well, yeah, conflict. Like, battle. I like doing the fighting and stuff. Come on, Fable. I got you, my pal. I'm excited and nervous for starting college next year. Like, I'm excited to get back together with my D&D group and to get back to going to classes, but I'm nervous about, like, financial aid stuff, so I've never done loans or anything like that before, and I have to set it up, and I was, like, trying to, like, I filled out my master promissory note, but I, like, don't know if I even, like, took out the federal loan that I was granted. Like, I don't know if I actually did that correctly. I don't know if I have to do something else, because the amount that was granted to me by the government will not cover my first semester, so I have to find another way to cover that. I work at McDonald's, part-time, because I struggle with full-time, and I'm still going to school. So it's not really... yeah, it's not great, and I need to talk to somebody about it, and I tried to email someone about that, but they didn't get back to me, and I think it's because I emailed the wrong person, and I maybe have to talk to somebody else, but it took me a really long time to, like, muster up the courage to email that person. I had to... oh, this is just... you have to click all three of them and hear the stories anyway, so it doesn't really matter which order you go in. It's just a really long dialogue often. I was actually shocked by how much dialogue was in it, but I probably should have guessed considering it's called Tavern Talk. It is very much a visual novel with some interesting parts in between, but I actually really liked the mechanic of making the drinks, and I really wished that I had, like, more options to do it, and, like, the mechanics of quest making. But, like, it takes so long to gather rumors that are specific to your quest that it's kind of tricky. It is a lot like just reading a book on stream, which I was doing before, and I should go back to reading, my Scum Villain book on stream. It's great. I also got, oh my gosh, I got the Tyrant's Beloved Pet Fish. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I have it. My mom got it for me. She gifted it to me when I visited her. I'm so glad to have a physical copy. I read it. Oh, when did I? No, I read it online first, and I completed the whole series, but I got the first physical volume, and I'm so excited. Volume 2, like the physical copy, that's officially translated by Seven Seas Publishing, same company that translated and published, Scum Villain, the other book that I was reading on my channel. Yeah, the same thing, it comes out in August, the second volume of The Tyrant's Beloved Pet Palmfish. It's such a cute story. Like, the conflict is so small. It's a romantic comedy, and you really feel that, and that's, like, my type of story. I'm not really interested in, like, the heavy angst. It kind of, like, puts me off stories quite a bit. Oh, I literally don't remember. Hold on, what did we just say? Do you like spending time with me? Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, what was I gonna say? I got distracted by eating ice cubes. My partner came when I was visiting my mom, and shared with me some of the books that they were reading, and they were like, you know, the typical web comics you find online. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. I got into, I'm kind of in a bit of a dry spot right now. Not entirely. I found one that's pretty interesting. But some of them, like, the main character's too weak, or the main character has, like, too much angst going on, and that's not really what I'm here for. I'm here to see the main character dominate over everyone else. Excuse me. Oh, we're doing, the charisma route. That's what I did on my first run through. Yeah, Spoken Heart. It's that, intelligence, and strength, isn't it? Well, let's see. See, that's what makes sense to me. Oh, gosh darn it. Well, I know that it's charisma, at least. And I feel like it should be... Can you please tilt over? Andu, do you not want my drink? It's like open, like it's gonna accept it. No, I just have to serve this one. That's not the right... No, duh! Spoken Heart. Oh, it's strength and defense. See, that's silly to me. It feels like it should be strength and intelligence. I can't undo it. Oh no. What do I do? Andu, please eat it. That's like your one job, my guy. My dude, my guy. Please just feed the drink to Andu. No. The game is glitching. What if I... Hold on. Save. And load. Oh, hey. No, these are the same thing. Why are there two of them? Oh, they were an autosave. Okay. This one I saved. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's charisma, strength, and defense. Weird that it glitched out like that. I guess I can't feed Andu. I probably could now, but... Yay, Spoken Heart. I got it right last time for, Redacted, didn't I? Redacted. I love that their name changes all the time. He's great. Oh no, so I was starting like reading webcomics. I read All Villains Are Destined to Die, and that one's not completed, and I was devastated. So the next time I sorted for completed, especially since I had never finished this type of story. I didn't know how they really ended. I also read after that, Not All Villains Are Destined to Die. Oh, what was it? I'm having trouble remembering. It was All Villains Destined to Die with Penelope Eckert, and she's chasing after all sorts of guys because she's trapped in an otome game / story. Then we have the one with Satiana and Irene. Oh, what's it called? Oh, What It Takes to Be a Villainess. Yes, and that one ended, and that one was alright. The romance was a little bland, and all of the conflicts were like really, I don't know, in the end I like expected this big conflict and it, like this big climax to the story, and instead it was actually pretty, what do they call it? It's not like, oh, anticlimactic. You like a Spoken Heart. Wait, hold on, let me check our, what did we say? Yeah, I'm making a Spoken Heart again. Cool, just double checking. You haven't picked up a quest because I haven't made the quest because I haven't met the vampire and the dwarf yet. Which is what we're hoping to get to, by the way. We're hoping to get to where we made the quest for them. Then after that, then we'll be caught up. This is probably going to be a boring stream to put out. I'd edit it out to where it got to the point, if only I had an editor. I'm thinking of... Oh, hey! Look, we're catching up. I just have to finish this whole super long conversation and make 2 quests, and then I will actually be caught up. But, oh, what was I going to say? Would you prefer a different one? Yeah, I'm considering paying for an editing software. If they have one that has a one-time payment, that'd be great. The only thing is I can't use my next check because I'm going on that trip, like I said, and I want to save money for it. And I probably have less on this check anyway because they're cutting hours at where I work because they're not making enough money. And also just generally making our life more difficult by, like, making us sell things that we usually wouldn't sell after a certain time, or putting out different deals because they want to make more money. That's why they're doing it. But also at the same time, it's just... Okay, got it. Yeah, just not super great. Southern Brawler is... It's defense... It should be defense and swiftness, but it's defense and charisma, isn't it? Yep. I mean, like, you feel like if it's a drink for a brawler, it would, like, you'd want to be fast and strong. And, like, with good defense. You wouldn't want to be pretty and strong with good defense, you know? Frosted Lagoon. That's... Oof, that one's hard to tell. I know that it's 3 of these. Duh. Then it's strengthened intelligence, maybe. Dang it. Here, drink the intelligence. No, are you doing the thing again? Do I really have to save and reload? I so do, don't I? Oh, whatever. Okay, let's try this again. Is it strength and charisma again? It's gotta be, right? It's not swiftness, I don't think. Oh my gosh, that's so silly. We never use, well, we use swiftness and swift strike, obviously, but we rarely use intelligence. Why is that? I feel like that's silly. I'm trying to think, what is my main trait for... It's probably going to be strength for my next character. I'm wanting my next D&D character to be Shaylin from... I want to just play as Shaylin during his, like, garbage packing era. Like, during the next D&D campaign. With, like, his history and everything. I think it'll be great. I just don't really know how I would build that character. Like, he doesn't have that much charisma. I mean, he is pretty. Don't get us wrong. He's very pretty. And he would have infinite charisma if it was Hua Cheng we're talking about. But nobody else likes him because of his past. So you couldn't use charisma because nobody else would like him because of his past, and therefore he would have a very hard time convincing everyone of everything. Not to mention his terrible luck. He has the worst luck ever. So there's that to consider. He's pretty dexterous, I would say. He's fast, and he's strong. He is, like, you know, he's a martial arts god, so of course he's gonna be, like, super strong and great at fights. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. You know, it's 11:30 at night. I can't imagine why I don't have a ton of viewers right now. I just don't understand. It's peak hour. It's the middle of the night. Why is nobody here? What did you say? What are you asking me? Sweet Evelyn, how could you... That's your name, right? Oh, yeah, no. Innkeeper's totally my name. That's such a silly question. That's such, like, a silly question after so long of not being able to really talk. Though I guess we do talk. Yeah, we talk. We just don't get to make choices, really. He wants another Southern Brawler, doesn't he? And then it's defense and charisma. Spilling it everywhere. Thanks, Andu, for letting me know I had it right. Oh no, come on. No, come on! Here, what if I click it with the other mouse? Why are you glitching so badly tonight? I haven't had you do this at all. Okay, we do the same thing we were doing before. Save, save, load, save. Let's see what I can do. Oh wait, no, it was a Frosted Lagoon, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, well, thank goodness. Maybe that's why the bell didn't work. Whoops. Pardon me. It's the ants again. I sprayed for them today. I went downstairs, I dug underneath the sink, and I found the ant spray that I bought last year. But I still see them. I work tomorrow. I don't want to. Then I have another day off, I believe. Tomorrow is... Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah, no, I have Thursday and Friday off, which will be nice. Actual 2 days off. And I can get more into my reading. I haven't been working on my story. I haven't been working on perspective. I lost all my motivation when I went to my mom's because I got out of a routine. See, like in the mornings, I'd wake up and I'd go get coffee, and then I would... Yeah, in the mornings I'd go down and get coffee, and then I would write while I was drinking my coffee. But I went to my mom's, and that was like a different place, and so I wasn't really feeling it anymore. Hey, get on there. Yep. Cool. I literally might have a third one. Do I? Yeah, I do. I so do. What was the first one? The werewolf one? What happened? How did I fail to put that one together? I know, hey there, Evelyn. Huh, I'll have to look at my quests, actually. Also, we're caught up now, so I'll start reading the dialogue and stuff. Thank God, I was really running out of things to talk about. I have to look at my quest, though. It was the werewolf one, but didn't I already send Fable on the werewolf one? My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some Fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's Phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. I gotta click this and look at my quests. Also, I'm getting sick because the people at my work are sick, and it's a restaurant. So, you know, all of our customers are probably gonna get sick. And you'd think that they'd want us to call off, but you know they don't. You know they don't. They don't want us to call off. Are you kidding me? Just for colds and whatever. Even though they really should have it be that way. It is not that way. In fact, it's not even a valid reason to call out. Oh gosh darn it. There's supposed to be a customer, isn't there? But there's not. What did I do? I screwed it up. Oh my gosh, I love this game. It's so glitchy today. Why? I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. And then a customer walks in. Who walks in again? Who's it supposed to be? I don't remember. It's a new character, isn't it? Someone we haven't met yet. Cool. Great. What is going on with this tonight? Do I, like, not have a good internet connection? Kyle, Carolyn, Rhea, Fable. And I do have quests. I'm so confused right now. I, like, literally have no idea what's going on. Why? Why tonight? I literally... Are you good? Are you okay? Do you want to calm down? It's 11:30 at night. What could have made you so angry you had to freaking beep right now? Well, the bird's still moving, so it's not like it's frozen or anything. It's just not loading. I have Wi-Fi, and my charger is unplugged. Now that's plugged in. Cool. And my Wi-Fi is connected. Yes. And yet, nothing continues to happen. What am I even supposed to do? I, like, literally, I just wanted to, Why do I stream? Why do I do this to myself? It's probably faster, to be entirely honest. But that's not what matters. Load, Wayfarers in Act 1, Act 3, autosave. Screen fades to black. Screen comes back in. Nothing happens. Oh, this is great. What if I close the game and start it up again? Sure. What if I lose my save again when I do that? Oh well, it's too late. I already did it. Okay, I'll open it again. Oh, that's why. Okay, I get it. Can you guys see this right now? No, you can't. That's great. That's wonderful. You guys just chill out looking at my face, and Alex will fix this. And out of account, confirm. Why would you be downloading that? I'm not even playing that. Is Lizzie playing that? Why? Why would she be doing that? It was on my sister's Steam account because she has access to all of my games, theoretically, and I do not have any access to hers. And several games I bought on her account. So, like, Hogwarts Legacy, which I was playing last time, that's on my sister's account, but I paid for it. So I can't access it when I'm on mine, so I have to relog into my account, which is why the save data was off. That's why it said that I didn't have any saves, because Lizzie doesn't have any saves. I get it now. That's unfortunate. What is this? What is this? What is opening right now? This is not Tavern Talk. Oh, it is Tavern Talk. Okay, cool. Is it being captured? I just gotta hope it is. I can see it on my screen, can't I? If I open this. Oh my gosh, I freaking... Oh, that's so wonderful. That's just literally the best. Oh, it's lovely. Okay, oh, activity feed, that's not helpful at all. I need to see if I can see my stream. Oh well, I can't. I believe that it's working though. It's probably fine. So, it should probably glitch out less now. And... together with the Phoenix Hills, blah blah blah. Okay, here's to hoping. Oh my god, Carolyn! Fable, I'm so happy to see you two! Oh my gosh, you're back! I'm so happy! Innkeep, a drink for me and this lanky pal. It's good to see you too, Carolyn. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you, I am. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them. Oh, you freaking get on her. I'll spray for them again tomorrow. I'm just happy to see them doing well. And with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some dishwater at the very least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud. more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died? No. Alfie here was able to prevent that. It's fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does! I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think she's confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Carolyn. I didn't. Was there by chance. They were both stealing sheep. Was not. Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep. Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about at the beginning? Right. I was I was born of a half-crescent dreaming moon of the quest fable. Right, the quest. There's so many of them. Stop it. Where are you even coming from? They just keep showing up. They're ants. They're like little sugar ants, and they're totally harmless, but very annoying. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Tregorin right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight. Well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I'm no owl. Thank God, you're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you'd do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay, I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer and I saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all my courage, stepped out of the shadows, and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help calm her down. It confused me, all right. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? A polite person. Or an insane one. It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a, "What?" So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice." And she asked who I was. No, I asked, "Who are you, a guard?" And I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark. And it made my blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps. I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf. Yellow, gleaming eyes. Gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth. Giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Carolyn and the werewolf were on the ground fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, and had uneven print, just like the stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear. That old bastard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B-I-T-C-H. I mean, I don't know. There's a 5-letter word. There's not that many that could fit there. Hey, why can't I say that? Yeah, I don't know what it could be. Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Anyway, it was dressed like Uncle Dragon, smelled like Uncle Dragon, thought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. I haven't seen that old man in years. Was coping about it by joking. That's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable, angry, distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Feder. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left, ran away, without a word. Left us and Uncle Feder behind, worried senseless. Till we found a letter saying not to look for him, and all their savings missing. Swore I was gonna kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was to get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? I tried, but Alfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear, but it got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would have never done it, of course, but they must have believed me because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. 'Twas. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you could stop 2 angry wolves? Oh, well, anyway. I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on, and that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Carolyn and the miscommunication feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it, but he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him the best we could have. At the very least, we would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though, so he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any of the human things, or Volcacan things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep do. But they had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? The little stick is oddly persuasive. Thanks to my spoken heart drink that I made. No big deal. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. How did it go? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first. An apology to Uncle Feder and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a greatsword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still the problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with a cure, he still can barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he'd done, that he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy, no change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs. It sounds like a bunch of shit. It's real. You're a crescent moose. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of an adventure is just the beginning of another one? Exactly. I like that. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together? Got offered to spend the day at the settlement. But they don't serve anything strong enough for my taste. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. Was talking about how they needed an update on you and everything was... How they needed to update on you on everything non-stop. Would think they live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. They also started crafting something with the werewolves. Said something about it being for you, Innkeep. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. That wasn't hard, was it? Well. So, a drink. What can I offer you, Carolyn? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean, make me the usual, strength never gets old. Alrighty then. It's strength, defense, and charisma, if I remember correctly. And then Fable will want a swift strike. Which, if I remember correctly, uses intelligence. Surprise! Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that'll calm me down? Maybe something that'll even bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike back to my senses. I've had a stressful day, night, morning sequence of events. Could have just said the usual, I would have got you. And is it charisma or defense? Yep. Oh, I'm so good at this. I am the best. There you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're going to pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Carolyn, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Alfie. See you later. Are you heading home, Fable? Yes, I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yeah, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did! It was scary and different from what I expected, and I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world someday? That's a very tall order. Huh, you're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Carolyn first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. Fable's adorable and I love them. They're not my favorite. Redacted is my favorite. But they might be a close second. I might have to go get water soon, because I do want to do a longer stream tonight. Yay me. We're almost at an hour. Let's see if we can go for 2. That's why I'm going to get some water, because my throat's starting to do not so well. Good evening to you, too. I do not really remember what name I gave them, but I can kind of try to guess. He, they, dark, brooding, but not really. This quest, it wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. This is what I mean by not really. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. I really liked Zephyr as a name, but it changes. I also like Malachite as a name. I do not like John as much as Malachite and Zephyr. By that I mean spoilers. Did the wind carry you in? No, my legs. I want the quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally, physically, emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest, go to the castle, to get the cape. I mean, yes. Ah, my nose, it's itchy. It's itchy all of a sudden. Oh. I get like, too gross. I'm not gonna talk about it. The point is, I have a very sensitive nose, and I sneeze a lot because of it. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes. It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I almost want to like rethink my voice for that moment. How would I be dark and mysterious? Oh, this is so it, isn't it? It's like this, isn't it? It's like that I can't be bothered teenage voice. Oh yeah, this is so his new voice. Yeah, yep, See, I knew that there was something better. The voice I was giving him was too close to Carolyn, and it was also too serious. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence. Me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? I don't know if it's exactly right, but I'm gonna keep it. I think it's funny. No, not recently. But she has once had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night? Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No, she had a lot of makeup on. But below that mask. Sure, yes. Would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. Interest. You saw blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about wolves avoiding the castle? Really, all of them. Yes, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up. but all animals seem to steer clear of Merrill Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Or for Goth. Which is exactly the type of voice I'm going for with Zephyr. Goth or vampire, she seems like a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worth the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences. The consequences being you. Exactly. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I am the one with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures. Whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration. Like a chair. Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I'd prefer something smaller, like a trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Wait, you're being serious? Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to my tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and the cape back to me, along with the neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from your shadow. Say, what do you trade them for? Secrets? Secrets. I have many. Grant me one. I shall. I know this may come as a shock to you, but I was here before, just yesterday. You may not remember because you barely noticed me in the shadows. I was so stealthy, I spent hours just watching you from afar. That is definitely a secret. You cleaned a lot of glasses, served everyone with a smile. You looked so worried after the adorable green one left. I love that even Zephyr calls Fable adorable. Like you thought they might trip straight into a monster's maw. And you're swift with your hands and fast with the knife. Alright, enough secrets. You may have one of my renowned drinks. And some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. Was finally able to unpack them. Infusions? Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fake crystals or a frozen pine cone. The frozen pine cones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fake crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they turn you invisible, eventually, and for a bit, the duration is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think that would be very useful for your situation. Interesting. So what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. Though that does sound appealing. Strength I can do, and some frost armor would help with the fangs. Or perhaps the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely, to out-stealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose, so that she may lie in shame of having lost against me. I think that such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity, and some invisibility could help with staying unseen, should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with the decision, Innkeep. Your wisdom is no secret, is it? So we're looking at a swift strike using some crystals. Yeah. Sorry, I skipped that. I have done this before already, so I kinda, you know. More of you. What's the other ingredients? It's swift and defense, isn't it? And it's only one. Yep, there we go. There are more drinks to come, more exciting drinks to come, but this will do the best. This is also what I gave last time. I said at the beginning of the last video, and I might have mentioned it here. Oh, hold on, I want to check something. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm going to be following the same choices I made when I played this on my own, which is up to a pretty far point in the story. I don't know how long this game is by itself, but I was up to like Act 3, I believe. I think. Or maybe I was still in Act 2. I don't know. The point is I was pretty deep into it. And I'm going to continue to make the same choices I did then to try and stay true to my first playthrough. Here you go. A drink all vampires fear. Oh, it's raining again. I hope that my mic's picking up on it. I wanted the cozy rain vibes. It's why I started streaming right now. Garlic breath. Not quite, but that's a good name. May I steal it? You don't ask for permission before you steal something, Innkeep. There's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the garlic breath? Ha. Good one. It tastes like, not garlic, but just as fearsome, to a vampire. You don't find garlic scary? No, only the absence of it. That makes two of us. Hopefully this will help me evade her. I'm not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are swift and quiet as the wind. And if she can't see me. Goodbye, Innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the Realm Keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again, after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave, or for a good story. Farewell. Bye, Zephyr! Thanks for coming! You're welcome anytime, and if you're, like, interested in, like, talking some more outside of business hours, I mean, like, just, like, hit me up, okay? I'm just saying. Dateable characters, Fable and Zephyr. I'm just saying. Or for a bitter end. I'm curious about our Innkeep because not only are we playing as the Innkeep, but the Innkeep is definitely a character. because of spoilers that we find out during spoilers that definitely tell me that there's something more going on with the innkeep. I'm taking this quest and a drink. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No, your beds are just too comfortable. It was hard to get up. Of course. My apologies. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? Think I already said that. Make me something strong. That will wake me up and keep me up too. Boop! She wants a Southern Brawler because I don't have any more drinks. I'm excited for when I get more drinks. I get some more complicated, interesting things, and I'm excited to serve them. Like, I get more infusions, and I get to get really creative, and I get to choose what drink I'm making rather than only having to make, like, because they can ask for something strong or something with dexterity in it. And I can, once I have more options, I don't have to just stick to a Southern Brawler. I can do the other drink that's based in strength. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of too much. Maybe I should call this drink the Carolyn. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said. I see it is my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It has been hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, and drink. I'm getting antsy. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating, and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for vampire sunscreen? Couldn't get more reckless than that. It could be taking Alfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So the saliva's for a vampire. Vampire sunscreen. Can a vampire get their chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix well. Also, if everyone just did their own quests, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that'd be terrible for your business. Indeed. Does it bother you that it's for a vampire? No. Does it make you nervous? No. You did mention that you like fangs. Did I mention that I have a great sword 3 times the size of your head? I'm sure a vampire would find that impressive. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No, not a real one. Got me thinking, and it kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian. Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? Don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So, stealing something to protect someone else seems to be in line with the doctrine. Good thing you ain't a priest. You'd do a piss-poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay. Nervous? Ain't that either. Then what is it? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing, I'm asking. Ah, yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before, and I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one, or to survive one. This seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about guardians? It's less about guardians and more about what created it. Maybe a little about the Chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes, modeled after its creator, I would guess. So, let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed that she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had little keepsakes from them and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she left. One day she was just gone. Think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. Like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. At least she left our savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about a wyvern chimera? No. Was the only kind she never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think. But I never found a wyvern in all her years. Would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make for a good baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much. So, you like dragons? I do. They're fascinating creatures, very interesting, very magical. They are fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic and their wings. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about their wings. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all that magic shit. Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. And I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons. A little help never hurt anybody. A little self-reliance don't either. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up? Oh, look, does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Carolyn? Didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help. It's payment for me taking your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear I have some incredible infusions to offer you that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? All the reading, it makes me burp. I reckon a little bit of a boost for this body couldn't hurt. Heard they're quick and toothy, so I'll need to be hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. Baba talked quite a bit about how much they enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play. But I'd need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of phoenix chili would make me just a little bit of phoenix chili would make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery, no, one is enough. Either you make defense with your weird chili, or you go heavy on the intelligence. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. Don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. Okay, let's guess first on what it is. I'm going intelligence. That's what I did last time as well. I think it's intelligence, swiftness, and defense, actually. Even though, personally... Oh, it's not. Okay. Let's see. Is it charisma? I still think it's swiftness. Charisma? Oh, you know what it is? It's this, isn't it? Hell yeah, it is. And I think that makes the most sense, actually. You know, with your intelligence, you want some charisma to pair with it. Do I have any intelligence? Hold on. I want to look at my infusions. Defense and strength and intelligence and... No, so I don't have one that I could use in my Sparkling Nebula. Which is why they didn't ask for one. I literally don't have an ingredient that I could use for that. Actually, now that I've made this drink, I'm gonna take a little break. I don't have a be right back screen. There, I guess this will just have to be good enough. I will return. I'm gonna go refill my water because I'm freshly out, use the restroom, then we'll hop right back in. We're going in for a long stream tonight, guys. walking up and down the stairs. Hello, I'm back. Figured it out. Thanks. Hope you seasoned it with some trickery. It does feel It does feel weird, like my brain is sparkling. No refunds. How urgent is the sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. Maybe you should sunbathe less. Talking. Maybe he should sunbathe less then. That might solve his problems. Might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they've got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return. I always worry when I leave the room that that's when somebody's gonna show up to stream and then they're gonna leave because there's nobody here. The Wayfarer's written Starlight Sonata. Act 1, Day 4, 60th of the Wake. One thing that I'd love to comment on, the world building in this game is beautiful. You can go to a map and look at all the thing, and they have this whole common religion that is probably on the same levels as Christianity in America. That everybody expects it, where dragons are the gods, and they're the creators of the guardians, who are all sorts of cool animals. I don't know, it's just really interesting. And they've got these places, there's the stars in the sky, and then there's also this ocean that reflects the stars. Which is where the innkeep gets her powers, actually, is from that ocean that reflects the stars. Hey, innkeep. Hey, Chrissy. Long time no see. So true. I've been pretty busy this hatching season. A lot to do? Yeah, the birds seem to be in a slight uproar, like something's amiss. I just can't figure out what. Animals often have a sixth sense, you know. They do indeed. Anyway, hand over a drink, will ya? Of course. What'll it be this time? Something for the wits again? You know me well. Too well, I guess. That's the curse of being a regular. Eventually I'll have you all figured out. I hate to disappoint you, but you're wrong today. Am I now? Yes, I'm quite confident in the capabilities of my mind and wits. Of course. So, what I'll need today is something to protect me from weather or foe, so I'm steeled for any situation. That makes sense. I'll see what I can do. You're looking for, what is it called? I always remember it as the thing that tastes of because that's what you're not right. It's you and you, isn't it? Yep, Frosted Lagoon. We don't have any other recipes in yet. Liquid steel. Just a bit more digestible. This is exactly what I need for my trip. Where are you headed anyway? Oh, to the island of Boreas. I want to reconnect with some friends at the annual Borean Art Convention. Isn't Boreas difficult to reach? Not exactly a place known for its population. The convention is especially for creatures, like sylvan spirits, trolls, and the like. They'll also be electing the scariest monster for the next issue of Screech magazine. That sounds exciting. It'll be a sight to behold for sure. But do you know what I'm most excited about? Nymphs. No. They're pretty, don't get me wrong, but definitely not the reason why I'm going to Boreas. That'd be Fable's reason. You're so right. If you do happen to meet a nymph, greet them for me. Sure. Now that we know what I'd be excited for, how about you? The geysers and hot springs, especially around this time of year when the mornings are still a bit chilly and the sun tickles the sky and the horizon. That sounds lovely. I'm sure those things will be nice muses too. Bet I'm bringing an extra set of paints this time so I don't run out again. I mean, Fable taught me how to make some flowers and berries, but the Borean flora is unsuitable for things like that. Seems like you're well prepared either way. Absolutely. How are the birds doing apart from being in distress? Well, the cinnamon green-cheeked conures are growing up to be such a lovely bunch. I can't wait to release them back into the wild once they're strong enough. With your care, they'll be ready in a heartbeat. I'm guessing you're taking Ruby and Merlin along to the convention? Of course. As for the others, I obviously can't take them with me. But I asked Fable to look after everyone. In exchange, I'll teach them how to grow zucchini. Speaking of which, I wanted to leave my keys under their doormat. Sorry for the short stay, but I gotta hurry or else I'll miss my boat. It's quite the walk to their treehouse. And you don't want to have to compensate me for that, do you? I wouldn't mind, but I also don't want you to be late for your convention. Well then, so long, Innkeep. See you soon. I don't have much of an opinion on Chrissy yet. I haven't seen her yet. I haven't seen her much yet. Good evening. Good evening, Fable. Did you have a good day? I did. I visited Mr. Dragon and the other werewolves. Told them about Carolyn's quest in the Wyvern Chimera. Oh, so you heard about that? She told me before she left, in case she told me some things to pass on to Mr. Dragon that I can't repeat here. I think she's happy he's back. I think so too. Did you have tea with the werewolves? Of course. We had a grand time together. I mentioned how much fun I had with the moon signs. So they taught me more about the stars and their hidden meanings. Which stars? Both sets. They specialize in Cassiopeia. You know, the night star constellations on the astral plane and all. But they have an astrologer who knows a lot about their reflections in the pools of the primordial free. Okay, so Cassiopeia are the stars above, and the primordial sea are the stars below in the ocean. Like the sea. And the primordial sea is where the innkeeper gets her power. Which, in the primordial sea, from what I know, is like a lot more mysterious, whereas Cassiopeia is a bit more known and talked about. Is that my dog? He shouldn't be out this late. No, he's not. I saw him on the stair landing. That's somebody else's dog. But they have an astrologer who knows a lot about their reflections in the pools of the primordial sea. And she promised to teach me about that too. I can't wait to learn about how the sea mirrors, echoes, and distorts the constellations. That's how she pitched it. Exciting, right? Very. That's what I thought, so well... What is it, Fable? I may or may not have finished that little gift I was talking about yesterday. Or rather, that Carolyn was talking about. You know, the little keepsake from my time with the werewolf. Yes, I recall. A reminder of my very first successful quest. I just didn't know if you... I like trinkets. Oh! What is it? It's a piece of embroidery of a constellation. The werewolves taught me how to do it. While the astrology told us stories and myths about the stars and their twin reflections, I imagined it to be a constellation from a faraway realm. I call it the Little Dipper. Yay, so pretty. Which does not exist in this world. It does look a little bit like a Little Dipper. Using a lot of imagination. Who knows? Maybe there's a world out there with this exact configuration of stars in the night sky. There might be. Maybe a Little Dipper is part of a larger constellation. A bear, for example. A bear? Innkeep, I think you might be the one dreaming something up now. Most likely. Are you fond of the stars surrounding us? I do like to watch them from time to time. Oh, really? Do you prefer the stars of the astral or the primordial sea? The primordial sea. Really? Somehow that fits. Your magic reminds me of it. A mere coincidence. You'll have to give me your birth data soon, so I can calculate your birth chart. If that's okay with you, of course. It is. I'll write it all down for you. That's great. Thank you. I think you may be a double jackdaw. Are you? We'll see. We will. Until then, care for a drink to wind down? Or something more zesty, perhaps? A drink, please. I think I figured out how to make my own zest. Excuse me. Happy to hear that, Fable. But drinks, not sure how to make those just yet. Especially those with the right balance. I'll still have to make the rounds of the grove later. So could you make something that will keep me awake and agile? I think you know me well enough to guess what I might need. Thank you. One moment. Swift strike, as usual. It's such a weird casing she has for the swift strike. Like, this little rope hanging swing. Some intelligence, and it's defense, right? If I remember correctly. There we go. Swift strike for our pal, Fable. Oh, hello. Distinguished accent. Art convention, you say. Splendid. Evening. I hope the night's going well. Oh, story time. I know that one. Hello, White Wolf. Welcome, if you're still here. Sorry for ignoring you. I have my chat all the way over here because of my setup. Hold on, I can try moving it. Well, no, I don't want to accidentally knock it over. So I have less a chance of missing visitors. Well, I'm glad somebody stopped by. That's nice. Here. Thank you. This is delicious. You always know what I need. I think you may also need a break. So maybe stay a while before heading back? That sounds like a good idea. I'm not paying attention anymore. I'm distracted. That sounds like a good idea. I'll just idle here for a bit if that's okay. Always. Enjoy your rest, Fable. Thank you. Ah, hello. Welcome back. I gave him a French accent last time. Let's see if I can keep it up. Because his name, his full actual name, before the dwarf shortened it to Kyle, was French. Greetings, and keep. Greetings, Kyle. Greetings, green creature. Greetings, Mr. Vampire. Oh, how polite. Are you enjoying your drink? I am, thank you. Ah, wrong voice. I got this. We got this. It's hard to switch between Kyle's accent and Fable's, but I'm gonna get this. Okay. Then shall I leave you to an inspiring aftertaste? Innkeep, say, did you move your inn by chance? It took me hours to find it. I did. Ah, I knew it. Your silly tricks won't work on me, mortal. Or, well, I'm not certain you are mortal, but you have silly tricks nonetheless. I instantly spotted the new alleyways that have formed themselves around your establishment. Perhaps I even got lost in them. No, winding paths and dark corners. Anything could be hiding within them. Like a vampire? No, silly snack. I don't need to hide. Except during games of hide and seek. I am very good at those. Maybe the inn wanted to play around with you. Perhaps, but it underestimated my skill. As a 3-time hide-and-seek world champion, I would never lose to such a youngling of an inn. It's not that young. The wood isn't even rotting yet, dear innkeep. It still has many eons ahead of it. I have to remember to not pronounce my H's. The French do not. The letter H is always silent in France. I like the sound of that. As a celebration of a match well won, may I offer you a drink? Yes, I think that would be well deserved. Has that delicious blood of yours made it onto the menu yet? Not yet. Shame. Then I shall have some full blood again, please. It does make my bones feel more sturdy. Coming right up. He wants a southern brawler. 'Cause it's red. That's literally it. It's just 'cause it's red. It's defense and charisma, yeah? Yeah. Oh, I'm so great at this. I'm literally the best. I'm so good at this, in fact, that I have to open up my Capri Sun. It's cherry flavored, in case you were curious. Not sponsored, just delicious. Some faux blood for your bones. Enjoy. Ah, this is perfect, Innkeep. The only thing that could make me happier would be a drink lovingly titled the Innkeeper's Vein. Keep dreaming, Count Dracula. Speaking of dreams, how is the retrieval of my cape coming along? Swimmingly. Well, actually, I think there's very little water involved. I wouldn't be so sure. My dear Evelyn has a beautiful pond filled with long-toothed spine guppies in her courtyard. Hope it's her pride and joy. I would hope no one's swimming in that. But I have sent someone on your quest, and I'm sure he'll return soon, and you and your cape will be reunited. Marvelous! Speaking of inseparable items, where's Rhea? Oh, she's taking the day off. She demanded vacation time, so I said she could choose any day, and she chose today. I was going to take a day off and spend her vacation with her, but when I wanted to follow her to the market, my sleeve caught on fire, and my hand, and my hair. So I was forced to stay back due to my allergies. The weeping amaryllis pollen is very bad this time of year. And the sun. The sun is also bad for vampires. It is? Yes. Right, I need sunscreen. It's in the works. Did you get to see the market later? I did. It was beautiful, colorful, and full of music that would make anyone's heart dance. But I couldn't find Rhea anywhere, so I felt a little lonely. Luckily, I managed to make a new friend in no time. Very tall and brooding, just how I like them. I inquired if I could try on his dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone. But he said if I tried to take it from him, he would turn me to ash. What a jokester. Dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone. Yes, a true connoisseur of fashion. He's just visiting, he said. Had some great crepe recommendations. Plum crepes with ash sprinkles? Yes, they tasted deliciously dead. I see. I hope you enjoyed your evening together. We did, though I feel like he asked something of me. I promised I would remember. Perhaps he wanted my cape? Many people want my cape. Perhaps. But I would never have agreed to that. 'Tis my cape after all. My hair is getting into my eyes, so I have to kind of try and do something like that. I hate the way I look with my hair out of my face. Maybe he wanted my Pascal recipe? Is it good? Very much so. Then I'd like it as well. Oh, yes, you. Me. He asked me about you. Me? Yes, said he's an old friend of yours. He was very curious how your inn is doing. I sang your praises, of course, so he asked me to deliver your greetings. And congratulations on the well-run establishment. How did he praise it? Deliver my congratulations on the 4-piece your precious innkeep has found in her house of denial. Very poetic, if you ask me. I love this. I love how they introduce this guy. So, this mysterious guy is our enemy somehow. He hates us. What for? I don't know. The innkeep must have done something to him. But he has some serious issues with them. With her. And since he met Kyle, when he was, like, threatening him, Kyle just didn't get it, which is adorable, and I love that. I think that's just the best. Very. If only I could remember his name. Does my description of him ring any bells for you? No, I'm afraid not. Too bad. He must have been an old childhood friend. Maybe you went to school together? I heard many friendships are formed in such hours. Maybe. Do you want to tell me more about your time at the market? Most certainly. I found the loveliest trinkets. A little stuffed bear with a tiny raincoat and a crescent elder moon necklace. I found a gorgeous sun charm as well. I bought it for Rhea, a welcome back from vacation gift. That's very sweet. Your friend bought a delightful raven figurine with eyes of starlight. Please don't call him that. We should never deny our friends, even if we don't remember them. I don't remember any of my friends. Alas, I still love them, even if their memory lives on only in my heart. Anyhow, he said it was a gift to himself to separate the month of the astral moon. Oh, I love Cassiopeia so dearly. Oh my god, the foreshadowing. Oh my god, the foreshadowing. Oh my goodness. He's saying that because of spoilers, which happens tomorrow. Oh my god. The shock. The spoilers, they got to me. She is the most beautiful month, is she not? A haven of starlight reflected in the primordial sea below. Only once a year is she this close to us, and only then for a short period of time. To me, she is the harbinger of yearning and of change. I wonder how we'll change this month. I hope to be more capable and sunscreened by the end of it. Maybe even a little less alone. What about you? I like the way I am, but I wouldn't say no to stocking up on more ingredients. The refusal to change is dangerous, innkeeper. Change always comes to those who deny it most. By the end of the astral moon, we shall no longer be who we once were. That sounds like a threat. By no means. Maybe it promises mourning, but maybe celebration also, could it not? For example, my dear Leah hated vampires when she met me, and now she likes me. True change can occur before the stars change, it seems. You are hard to dislike. Oh, how sweet of you. As sweet as my blood. I have a lot of it. I would hope you do. And it runs warm when people are kind to me. In all my millennia, kindness has always made me the happiest. There is nothing greater than friendship, don't you agree? And nothing more fragile. That makes it all the more precious. That reminds me, I forgot the crucial part of the message. A different stranger told me he would like to see you again. He said, what was it? Don't think too hard about it. Of course, the letter. The letter? The polite young man gave me a letter to deliver to you with a sweet gesture. I shall pass it on to you forthwith. Thank you. Are you not going to open it? No. I don't think now's the right time for a letter. Not enough moonlight. But wouldn't it be kind of romantic, lonely dwelling in the memories of a friend? It would go so well with the fireworks. What fireworks? I have no clue. He said he hopes you'll enjoy them. Fireworks, doesn't that sound lovely? I hope they aren't part of a private event. I think that would be difficult to do with fireworks. I don't mean to interrupt, but what is it, little fawn? Look outside. I think the fireworks have started. Oh, how beautiful. They're falling from the sky. No little fireworks. Sparkle on. Those aren't fireworks. They're stars. Oh no! Oh no! Bum bum bum! Bum bum bum! The first of the astral moon. Act 2! Hey, we're on Act 2. I still have a bit more before I catch up. I think I'm 5, 6, 7. I think I'm on chapter 8. I don't know, let's see. I would love if we could catch up tonight. Oh, my nose is getting runny though. Not a good sign. I'm glad the inn wasn't severely damaged by the falling stars, though it did take me nearly a whole day to finish all those little repairs. The building might still look a little battered, but it could be worse. Hopefully none of my customers got hurt yesterday. It's not much, but I should surprise them with a new drink on the menu. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, Sunny Breeze. Oh, I don't get to make this one much. It takes a while for somebody to ask for a charisma drink. In the way that whoever comes in can get a small taste of normalcy. I think that sounds like a good plan. Okay, so this girl. She is very pretty. Look at her snake eyes, and her hair is gorgeous, but she's like neutral or something, and she has this fight with this old woman, and I'm kind of just like, when I was reading it, I wasn't really a fan of like either of them. I don't know. She's like a roguish type girl. And like that's okay, but like I feel like Zephyr is like my roguish guy. I don't know. We'll see. I might change my mind now. It depends. We'll see how it goes. Innkeeper. Jade. I think I'm gonna give her a British accent. Didn't think you'd show up again after last time. No hard feelings. Remind me again who started that whole brawl. Ah, no clue actually. Must have slipped my mind. Would a drink help you remember? If I wanted to chat about it, maybe. But you know how much the remnants of the past bore me. I'm still settling on the accent, okay? We'll see how it goes. Then let's focus on the present. Let's. I didn't come all this way to revel in old times after all. Although, I brought you something you might find useful. Just in case you did remember who started the brawl. Oh, this is interesting. Let me see. It's some thunder stage. Found it in one of my jobs, but didn't have any use for it. Just don't try to boil tea out of its leaves. Tastes dreadful. Numb to your tongue. You seem to be speaking from experience. Your tavern seems to be getting on in years. I guess we're going with Southern. I guess a Southern accent is what we landed. I don't know. Okay, leave me alone. I'm doing my best here. I guess she's from the South. The South of America, I would say. Seems like nothing can escape the grip of time. Wasn't even sure if it was still open. Is it that bad? I guess some would say it adds character. And what would you say? I'd say you've gotten old. Ouch. Oh, don't take it too personally. You've still got some of your old spark? Ish. That's at least something. Not the brightest flame, but funky enough. Thank you. Now, I'd actually like to try one of your fire drinks. What can I serve you? Something that'll quicken my reflexes. Gotcha. So a Swift Strike, same as Fable. Don't have any new speedy drinks. Which is intelligence. And then defense, isn't it? Yep. Before we get out, I want to look at my drinks. Yeah, so the only new one that we have is Sunny Breeze, which has a feather in it, and it's mostly charisma. It matches your aesthetic so well with the green. No actual sparks, but perhaps something sparkling. Now that's what you call a drink. Maybe you haven't gotten on in years so much after all. Well, some things never wither. What are you doing in Zenith these days? Keeping up to date? Checking out the latest town gossip after my most recent gig? Your most recent gig? I finished up a job in the Sayre Plains. A sandworm kept terrorizing a group of seal wool merchants at the edge of the plains. I, myself, am very fond of those creatures. They just mind their own business, but sometimes, they gotta eat. But you know how it is, something's gotta pay the bills after all. So I took the gig. It was a cushy job, though I still managed to get some sand between my teeth. Luckily, it was only a sandworm and not one of those mimics that pretend to be part of the local fauna and snap! Gone you are. Anyway, I also heard about some unrest in Zoford, from one of the local merchants, and decided to go take a look. Zoford, the seaport? Yeah. Always considered it a rather calm area. It was. It still is. Sometimes, at least. Initially, I thought the unrest was related to the local thieves guild. So, I went there to deal with some bandits, look at their most wanted list, and cash out. There was no real challenge, though, so I didn't pick anything up. Other than a few hushed whispers at the marketplace, that is. Something about some archmage's familiar that went missing or whatever. Perhaps a job for you? I'm not a welfare association. Like, what do I care about missing familiars if no one's going to pay me, you know? Of course. I was way more interested in hearing more about the undead on the other side of the country than my colleagues were mumbling about. So, I came here. Naturally, I couldn't resist coming to see how you were holding up. I'm doing great. Ignore the ruins of the town I live in outside, and the lack of stars. I think this is what I said last time, so I'm going to say it again, and also I just think it's very funny. I'm doing very well, thank you. Well, that's good news, especially considering the state of your tavern. It's not that bad. Sure, whatever you say. So, do you know anything about those undead? Not really. I've been a bit occupied with cleaning up the mess. The tavern was just a tad affected by some recent incidents. What do you mean, the shooting stars? Hello! Okay, now, I couldn't get the British accent correct, but I have to get it for her. She's like a queen knight lady. She's gotta have like a haughty, like, British accent. Hold on, let me think about this. Give me a minute. Shooting stars. It's much more serious than that. Innkeeper, a drink please. Perhaps something to boost my defenses. I have to be equipped for every possible situation after this kind of morning. Coming right up. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get these so mixed up. Now the drinks, the accents. I'm setting myself up for failure here. I got French, Southern, and... no, it's defense, so it's strength. And charisma, yeah. There you go. But yeah, no, I have French, Southern, and British. Let's see what we can do. Please enjoy. Like dragon's tails, sturdy, strong, flawless. I'm glad I could impress. You have no idea how much of this catastrophe has affected the poor citizens of Zenith. And on my day off, I can only imagine what scars it must have left on the rest of the country. I mean, if some star ray managed to affect not only the tavern, but also the whole city, it must have been pretty bad. Speaking of which, I'd be happy to help you fix this place up. If the money's right, of course. No thank you. I'm closing up early today, and tomorrow to take care of things. Alright, Chief. The offer stands. What? You don't really believe it was just shooting stars, do you? What else would it have been? Have you not seen the damage? Last time I checked, shooting stars were flaming comets traveling through the firmament of Cassiopeia. Sometimes they crash on Gaia. Rarely, but it happens. Nothing I would worry about. Just an average Genesis for me. Cassiopeia, help me. What, do you know something I don't? Perhaps. Oh, do enlighten me, please. Well, it seems you're not aware of who you're talking to. Nope. My name is Elithia Anwar, a devotee of the great dragon Cassiopeia, bringer of change and lady of the gilded sea. I fight for those that cannot fight for themselves, bring justice to those who will bring doom, and I'm very aware of when something is wrong with the firmament. Cool. Pleasure to meet you, Alethea. Now trust me when I tell you, this was more than just your average asteroid shower. I'm bad at trusting strangers, but go ahead. I believe something way worse happened. What? I know. The stars fell from the sky. Literally. Usually, I reside in the Aperture. It's a temple in the far northeast dedicated to Cassiopeia. But for my niece's birthday, I decided to take a few days off and visit her, to take her to the carnival on the outskirts of Vizena. We were just on our way back when suddenly, right above us, the sky was ablaze with millions of stars raining down on Gaia. I'm very attuned to the realm of Cassiopeia, the harbor of all luminaries of the firmament. Just say astral realm. That wouldn't do the place justice, but what would you know? It's vast and yet so full of beauty. It's an ocean with a glistening surface, home to creatures beyond our comprehension. It's the theological term for it. Anyways, I noticed something was off the moment it happened, perhaps even a tad beforehand. Like the feeling of impending doom when all the hairs on your neck stand up and you know there's a creature lurking somewhere in the shadows. Exactly. Which was why, Innkeep, I came here right after fulfilling my duties this morning. So many were hurt. It's a matter close to my heart figuring out what happened. After inquiring with those affected, many referred me to you and your tavern. If anyone had intel, it'd be you, they said. They did? Yes. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I imagine I know even less than you do. I was hoping to find some clues, at least to help me start with my investigation. Well, she could ask around for you, I'm sure. Would you do that? I can certainly try. Good. In the meantime, I shall do what I do best. Aid those in need. And perhaps find out more about this disaster. Why? What? Why are you so nonchalant about all of this? Things like this happen all the time, and people like you fix them. Thus, not my problem. Yeah, that's the issue I had with her. Is her somebody will come along to fix it attitude. Because, I mean, to be entirely honest, I have a similar attitude at least. I mean, I'm certainly not going out to, like, fix the world. But I also don't believe somebody else is gonna do it. You know what I mean? It's more that I just believe I personally would not be able to make a big enough difference at that. I know that any small amount helps, and so I do help sometimes, but, like, I also don't think somebody else is going to come along and solve the problem. I think that big problems like this don't just get fixed. I guess in their world it does. It is a world of adventures and quests, so maybe it does always get solved by the heroes. I don't know. Jade, and I believe the older woman that Jade argues with, have this opinion that somebody else will always come along to solve it, which I just don't think is true. Because some problems are too difficult to solve for one person, or nobody will care, and everybody will have that bystander bias. It's like, okay, yeah, when somebody's having a heart attack, or somebody has gone into cardiac arrest, and everybody's standing around it, and everybody has this idea, somebody's gonna hop in and save them. You know what I mean? Like, somebody's gonna do it. It doesn't have to be me. But when everybody does that, nobody will help. In fact, it's actually significantly more likely for somebody to help somebody going into cardiac arrest if there is nobody else around, because they know that nobody else will do it. So it's more likely for somebody to be saved if it's just one person who has to do it than if they're faced with a bunch of people where anyone could do it, because then people try to pass the responsibility off. which is what Jade does here, and what that other woman, I believe, does too. Which she's like neutral, that's like her thing, and I don't know if that's exactly what they're referring to, but it's called like the bystander effect, and it's like a real world thing that is not great. Same happens with like bullies or discrimination or anything like that. If there's a lot of people there, nobody will stand up because they expect somebody else to do it. People like me are the reason people like you can continue to live like that. I didn't ask for any help. There will be a time when you do ask for help, and then you will be happy there are people like me. Sure. Before I forget, innkeeper. Yes, Alethea? I will help you fix up your tavern, free of charge. Not necessary, but thank you for the offer. Well, if you don't need my help, I know many around that do. So I'll be going. Maybe we'll know more about all this when I return. How dramatic. Isn't it normal for divine devotees to act like that in a time of crisis? Not sure if I'd call this a crisis. Sure, it's like she said, the literal stars fell from the literal sky, then yeah, that's odd. But then again, I'm sure Cassiopeia would have stopped it from happening if she wanted to. Are you religious? No, but I don't deny the dragon's existence. Which means I'm more than confident in saying that if they want to be worshipped, they should work for it. That I do kind of agree on. We all work for something. I work to get paid. You work to get paid. And they just get paid without working. I wouldn't say they aren't working. Then what are they doing to help in a crisis like this? They're taking care of the grand scheme of things. Pah! Wishful thinking. Him. Oh, I can't remember if I like him or not. He's got weird vibes. He's like chaotic neutral, if I remember correctly. And he's always shaking, which is distracting. He's like a really bad guy. Like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure he's not the worst guy. Like, I'm sure the guy who brought the literal stars down to the planet is worse. But he's like bad news, right? He's like a thief. Oh, what voice am I gonna give him? Gosh, there's so many. Who? Me? You're the only one who entered my tavern, no? Yeah, but in the way I do, but in what way do I look like an adventurer? Oh no, he looks more dead serious. That's just a standard greeting. Budget can't cover anymore, I suppose. I have a wide variety of greetings. If that makes you feel better. I want him to talk fast. Okay, so I'm gonna go with like high-pitched, but sometimes when it gets all dark, maybe like a more serious. Hey, Yankee, give me something from your repertoire of greetings. Hey, yo, bro. Cringe fail. Didn't you greet me like that? It's different when I do it. Yeah, their whole demeanor revolves around cringe. Yeah, exactly. Wait, what? Who even are you? Jade. You? Iniko! Cool name, Jade. Can I steal it? What? What? I'd prefer it if nobody stole anything. Drakes. Got it. Can I have a drink then, if I can't have your name? Of course. What do you want? What do you have? Everything. What do you need most right now? Something that'll make me swift and astral. Like a slippery worm. Can't risk getting caught after all. What? What? Worms can be slippery. That wasn't... Never mind. A slippery worm coming right up. Another Swift Strike. I got really annoyed with the drink the Swift Strike during my first playthrough, because it was all I was making all the time, and I just wanted to make other drinks. Like, we rarely ever make a sparkling nebula. Our most common drink, I would say, is Swift Strike. After that, I would say it's a tie between Frosted Lagoon and Smothered Drawer. Then comes Spoken Heart. Then comes Sparkling Nebula. And this is a drink. So we don't. And this is a new drink that we haven't really made. Wait, why are you... You're good to go, yeah? You're a Swift Strike? No worms, but perhaps it'll suit your taste. Oh wow, this is great. Amazing even. Where did you learn this craft? In the primordial vortex? Don't look at me like that, I'm just joking. You aren't from here, are you? Who, me? Who else? Corey. Is that the thing on your shoulder? Bingo! It's short for corruption. Ah. No. I meant you. Well, I'm nowhere, anywhere, and everywhere all at once. But most of me is from Avalon. Oh, Avalonian. Native born or by ancestry? Native, duh. Oh, that's interesting. I find it pretty lame, TBH. There's nothing going on over there. Everything's the same. And you think it's different here on Gaia? Yeah, I mean, not really. But I can go anywhere I like. Barely anyone knows me here. Theft, identity fraud, it's all goody-goody with me, cause I can be someone else tomorrow. In Avalon, they all see through that game pretty quickly. I see. Changeling then? Yes, and I say so out of trust. Just kidding, if you tell anyone, I'll come for you. Fret not, what happens in my tavern stays in my tavern. Then we're cool? Cool. So what brings you here, Inika? Isn't that, you know? Zenith seemed like a cool town with a cool name. Got distracted by the giant hog in your front yard. Thought I'd come in and say hi. That would be mine. Cool. I don't do mouths. I'm faster on foot. That way I can admire the landscape, take U-turns through narrow spaces, pickpocket. And did you admire the wrecked ruin that was once Zenith? I mean, I love chaos, so... Is it that bad? Do you ever leave this tavern in keep? The city looks like a broken mirror. You bet it does. Looks like a star hit the center of Zenith and boom! Yep. Oh. But there's nothing we can do about it. Exactly. Someone will fix it. And that someone's not me. Ha, me neither. What if no one fixes it? So what? Then it stays broken. The aphid tree won't tumble just because some stars fell from the sky. I'm sure some egomaniac has already made their way to fix it. Needn't get my hand dirty. Ditto. Isn't that a bit bleak? Why even bother? There's always someone who fixes everything. And if not, then it ain't bothering anyone enough. Which means it isn't a problem. Exactly. See, I disagree with this. I think it's like, it's the bystander bias is just not right. And I mean, I'm not exactly like a strong moral person. I just like other characters more than these ones because I like their morals a bit more. Like, I'm not exactly the type of person who has a hard moral shell myself. But when there's people like Fable, or people, you know, like, even like, I don't know, I wouldn't say that I like Carolyn that much than either of these two, but I definitely like Kyle more than both of them, and I definitely like Fable more than both of them, and I definitely like Zephyr more than both of them. So I don't know, they're just kind of low on my list. It's not like I hate them or anything, they're just like, other characters are better than them in my opinion. And it's maybe I'm just not a fan of neutral characters, because that's like, do I have my character info? Yeah. So... lawful neutral, chaotic neutral. No, he's chaotic neutral too. They're both chaotic neutral. I just like Kyle more. Jade's chaotic good. So weird. I mean, I guess Inika is talking about like robbing and stealing from people, and Jade isn't. Jade just goes on quests and stuff and doesn't do anything. They're bad. You created good too. That's so weird because like I love Kyle and I'm not a fan of Aniko, and I love Zephyr but I'm not a super big fan of Jade, and they're like the same. I don't know. Yeah, no, I like that they're like an edgy rogue. I think it's cute. I don't know. Jade's a badass, but she's also like really, really apathetic. And I'm not into that. Iniko is interesting. I don't know. I think I'd need to see more of Iniko to like him. I know Jade is a mercenary, but say, Iniko, you aren't exactly a traditional adventurer either, huh? Ugh, no way. Their self-righteousness and self-sacrificial hero complexes aren't my vibe. I wouldn't say all adventurers are like that. Name one adventurer that didn't die from self-sacrificial tendencies. I knew one, but they perished thanks to their hubris. That's funny. That's actually really funny. That's a nice joke. I like it. It's a mention of traditional heroes. I know lots of heroes who don't die from their hubris. They're just from like modern stories. They're not like ancient heroes, you know? And they're not traditional heroes either. Another classic. Reminds me of the group I met last week in Ereva. They were nice, but too nice, you know? I know exactly what you mean. Were they also on their way to investigate the fallen stars? No, they were heading somewhere north. Didn't really listen, didn't care. But I was nice to them too, you know. Charmed some rations out of them when they prepared breakfast at their camp. Sat around the fire, drinking tea, munching on bread and bacon. One of them was a wizard, I believe, full on robes and magic type of guy. Kept on going on about how the Leviathan was sending bad omens to the bottom of his teacup. Leviathan? Huh, why him? Dunno. Was he trying to warn you about his sister's demise? His sister? Cassiopeia. Ah, right. Sorry, mythology isn't really my cup of tea. What is your cup of tea? Fraud. Checks out. So, Leviathan warned him via his tea leaves about the start of something terrible, tattered wings, tainting the gilded sea in dark shades of misery. Leaving behind nothing but a shimmer and void. That's exactly what he said. How did you know? I think I read that somewhere before. Did you also read about the blazing eruption at the foot of the Dalwell Hills? No, but I heard about that when I was in Zerford. Thought the Fae were doing one of their quirky rituals again. Wait, so it actually happened? Yep. He also read that from his tea leaves. Whoa, seems like the guy was a real psychic. I guess divination magic can be a powerful tool. The tea leaf said the wings shall be torn apart at the feet of Avalon, nestled between the peaks of Dalwell. Dalwell? So it really could be true. What? It sounds like whatever happened in Dalwell was the reason the stars fell from the sky. Tainted gilded sea, shimmer and void, metaphors for a starless sky. If the wizard was right about his tea leaf reading, that is. But it fits with what I heard in Zerford. Happened just a few days ago. Oh, that's how you're connecting it all. How else? No idea, I thought he was just blabbing. With everything that's been happening recently, I think he might have been onto something. Odd that the adventurers didn't try to stop it from happening. Maybe they were lacking in ego. Maybe. Or maybe they thought somebody else would come along to fix everything. Okay, enough. I understand what you're getting at. Maybe they were just pretending to be adventurers. Maybe they were the cause of all of this and they were just bragging about it, thinking I'd stop them, lol. Enough with your maybes. They're pointless and not helping anyone. I'm getting a headache. I'll go get some fresh air. So long, and keep. Merry hunting, Jade. Now it's just you and me, innkeeper. It's hard to voice him because his whole voice, so he has no accent or anything like that. It's just that he talks fast. So that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to read super fast to speak for him. Indeed, Iniko. Have you ever thought about what would happen if no one ever fixed anything? Nah, pal. Just don't think about it. Life's easier that way. Why do you worry so much? You have your tavern. You can just mind your own business. This is my job. I listen to stories and gather rumors to make quests. I get it. This sounds like a blurb on the back of some page-turner. I wouldn't want my life to be a page-turner. Well, then it's good we aren't all the same. There could technically be anyone, even you. Don't. Drakes, I'm kidding. Didn't mean to spit in your soup. You didn't. Cool, I'm off. See if I can snatch some coins off the streets. Good luck. Don't need any Inkeep. So as much as I rambled about those two, I would actually really love to see, like, some evil guys in my group, you know? Like, I haven't had anyone evil. They're all good or neutral. I'd love to have some chaotic evil or neutral evil visitors. I actually should read these. The spectacle last night left a mark on Fisoa. Not everyone agrees, but a cleric of Cassiopeia claims it might be something seriously sinister. A psychic wizard foretold the starfall in their teacup. Apparently it's just the fragment of calamity that can be traced back to Dalwell. There is slight unrest that's the wrong one. Zenith is in shambles after the star rain last night. The crater left in the city center carved a destruction that rippled through the town. Twinkle, twinkle, deadly stars. The beautiful yet disastrous starfall left Zenith in shambles. The city and surrounding farmlands are destroyed, and some people are left homeless. A mere meteor shower wouldn't leave the entire night sky empty. So what exactly happened? Is it a harbinger of something more dangerous yet to come? Whatever it may be, it's something that a fragment of this calamity can be traced back. It's said that a fragment of this calamity can be traced back to Dalwell, an island in the south of Fisoa. It's raining. Ah, it's raining here too. Can you tell which is the artificial rain and which is the real rain if I'm quiet? It's not raining as much as it was earlier. It's kind of hard to hear. Hold on if I take off my headphones. Yeah, it's just a really gentle pitter-patter. Second day of the astral moon. Still not caught up to where I've been past already. Hey, welcome back, Rhea. Okay, so last time, her voice ended up being kind of like a gangster, like a mobster, and I was trying not to do that, but honestly, I'm just gonna keep it. It's unique, it stands out against Carolyn, which is the other gravelly voice I have. And it's not that bad, you know? Inkeep. Rhea. You've got any new lines for me? Perhaps, but I'll only trade them for the— Wait, no, it sounds very similar to— It sounds so similar to Jade, doesn't it? I never considered that the mob sounded southern. But she has more gravel in her voice. If I can remember to put, like, a lot of gravel behind Rhea, I can do this. I can do this. Perhaps I'll only trade them for new ones of your own. Make me a drink. I've had a long night. Want to tell me about it? No. I get it, if you need some stamina first. What I need is some defense to ward off your questions. I'll go check and see if I serve that. Can I even feed you? I can feed you! Yay! The glitch is probably gone. Some defense to keep your favorite innkeeper at bay. Who says you're my favorite? I might be after this drink. Fair enough. You're climbing up there. I'm very happy to hear that. Now I've got a question for ye. You think ye can handle that? I'll try my best, Mrs. Frostgrip. Miss. My bad. Miss Frostgrip. I just thought that since you're such a catch, keep it to yourself. Alright. It's Kyle here. I was looking for him around town, but not a single lad or lassie had seen him. Thought maybe you got crushed by a falling star. Worried? No. I see. I think you should be waking up right about now. Leah! There he is. I missed you so terribly. I thought you had died, or worse, abandoned me. I thought the terrible phantoms at time had taken a new friend for me yet again. I'm fine. Are you sure? Can you see her too, Innkeep? Yes, very much so. By the dragon, so she is not a dream nor fragment of the past. I am very happy you're not there, Leah. Thanks. Would you prefer to see the gift I brought you? Gift? When I was at the market all by myself, missing you terribly, I found these gorgeous earrings that reminded me of you. I'll help you put them in. Wait. Are those suns? Yes, because our friendship lights up my undead life. They're cute. What do you think? I like them. They match me other jewelry, and the craftsmanship is decent. You mentioned you like leatherback clasps. I do like them. When did I say that? Not sure. At some point. Or maybe I dreamed it. That is very likely. Speaking of dreams, I had the strangest dreams about the stars falling down the other day. They crashed onto Gaia like a rain of fire, or beautiful fireworks. There must have been something wrong with my drink. Anyhow, Leah, where did your slime go? It was washed away by the fallen stars. The rain of falling stars. Oh. So the empty night sky wasn't a dream? No. Guess Cassiopeia couldn't carry it all anymore or something. Incredible. So it wasn't one of your strange drinks, Innkeep. Does that mean I can drink another one without a vision of falling firmaments again? Worth a try. Then I would like to try, preferably something that would make me strong enough to lift a star. Just in case I would like to. I'll see what I can do. Southern Brawler it is. I don't have the other one yet. Defense and Charisma, yes. If I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm the best. I am the very, very best. Here, my best attempts at supporting your star. Here. My best attempt at supporting your star lifting career. Oh, this is delicious. Do you think a molten star would taste like this? No. But perhaps. I'm actually gonna. I hate the worm. Is that better? Does it make me feel less gross about having my hair tied back? So what do you two think about the star rain? It was very bothersome. I had to look for shelter on my way back from the Rockwell cliffs. They better hurry and clean it all up. You've got somewhere to be? Still have to get the vampire to Beruvia before I can get my hands on that gold. Who? Yeah. Oh, splendid! I haven't been to Beruvia in quite some time. I cannot wait to see it again. But until then, I can search for other materials. Better ones, even. That isn't going to happen by sitting around. Are you collecting loot for your dragon horde? What? No. In what world do I look like a dragon to ye? They are masters of disguise. What about you, Innkeep? Am I a dragon? You are? No, I'm afraid not. But you smell so primordial. Thank you. If you're not a dragon, Maria, what do you need materials for? Decorations? Ingredients? Don't you worry, I'm not trying to steal business away from you. They're for crafting. Like for friendship bracelets? No, for weapons. You're going to war? Hope your night is going well. There's definitely two different personalities sitting at your table right now. For sure. We have Kyle, which is not his real name. It's the name Rhea gave him because his real name, which was French, was very long. And we have Rhea, a dwarf who is strong as hell and trying to get Kyle to Beruvia, so he will give her back her gold that she rightfully found. Also, sorry I missed you earlier. Welcome back. You're going to war? But I just got you back. I'm not going to war. Won't see me fighting for anyone but myself. Are you a blacksmith then? I am. And I'm looking for the right material to smash the next Orhart competition. I'm going to travel all the way to the caves of Ur for that one. That's so far. Can I come with you? That sounds very exciting. I hope you'll come back to show off your creation once you've won. I'll think about it. How are you feeling about the stars having relocated, Kyle? It's fascinating. You think so? Yes. Now that I know it was not a dream, the implications are dazzling. Yesterday, when I was looking into the night, I could see nothing but darkness. But then, as I stared at the sedating nothingness, I could see an astral hairfish hopping across the sky. Its sparkling tail left a gleam of light in its wake. It was followed by more of its kind, like a pack finding a place to rest for the impending sunrise. With the light of the stars blinding me, I would have never been able to see such a spectacle. And you still thought you were dreaming. Oh, you're good. I was enjoying this story time and the voice acting. Yay, thank you! I'm doing my best with the voice acting, trying to keep it unique for each character, but there are a lot of them. I thought the stars had just gone into hiding. We all do that sometimes. I would love to know how they're doing on Earth. They must be enjoying the new atmosphere. Possibly. Speaking of exciting, have you had a chance to take a peek at that letter of yours, innkeeper? Just chilling and relaxing. Well, that's nice. This is a pretty relaxing game. I decided to play it because it's raining outside right now, and I thought that fit the atmosphere. I'm afraid not. Isawai, how exciting! You know this world never ceases to amaze me with its natural wonders. Welcome back. This was by no means a natural wonder. Welcome back, Miss Anwa. Who are you, the Wonder Police? I'm Alethea Anwar, High Cleric of the Aperture and the chosen of Our Lady of the Endless Light, and I've returned to this establishment to investigate the tragedy of the Starfall. Not one of those protagonist types. Innkeeper, I'm happy to see that you were able to collect more information for my research. I am grateful for your help in these trying times. At your service, miss. What are these trying times? Me, and the wonderful people of Asteria. An empty night sky is no laughing matter. This must be taken care of swiftly. I guess it's empty every time of the day now, actually. How does that not worry anyone? We have other things to worry about. And if these sort of things stopped happening, all this babbler would be out of a job. Indeed. I find it very exciting. That is somehow even more worrying. Say, are you a vampire? What else would he be? I am indeed. That is also very exciting. Do you have any affiliation with Marrow Castle? What is a castle? Why are you asking? While I was seeking shelter from the calamity, I came across a young echo with a gloomy temperament. Or rather, I came across his hands in my pockets, attempting to steal my most precious spell components. Luckily for him, I am not a very vengeful person, and I believe in the redemptive power of second chances. And in effort, he did make an effort not to steal from me again. Very wise. Did he travel with you? No, we went our separate ways. I believe he wanted to be alone after narrowly escaping an encounter with a horrid vampire. Horrid vampire? They must have been very hungry. As they tend to be. Only if they're not eating responsibly. Who did you say you encountered again, Miss Alethea? A roguish wind echo. Ah yes, a windy aftertaste is hard to resist, and primordial blood is a delicious luxury. Speaking of which, innkeep. No. Kyle's so cute. I love him. Are you from the primordial sea? Not in the slightest, but my blood would taste delicious, if I was willing to share it. I see. What about your blood, Miss Alethea? Are you out of your mind, propositioning a holy woman for her blood? Well, you've got a lot of it, for a question. And I need all of it to keep up my strength against the looming evils of the world. Without me, who would even care enough to investigate this whole mess? After all, none of you seem to care. Besides, a taste of my blood would probably reduce you to ashes. I like your unwavering sense of self-importance. Thank you. I like your earrings. Thanks. So, what are your next steps? What are your next steps for saving us citizens? Well, your rumors are all over the place, which is good. That means there's a lot to look into. Still, I would have appreciated a bit more organization. My bad. I will start my investigation in Zenith and Themis. Have a closer look at the wreckage caused. Maybe examine the rubble more closely. Perhaps it harbors hidden clues. Once I have found out what is going on, I will put a stop to it. The stars have already fallen, lassie. Not a lot you can do for them. Then I will make sure nothing like this can ever happen again. Perhaps Cassiopeia can even be healed. It is imperative for the order of the world that she herself does not fall. Couldn't agree more. I know you've got this under control, Miss Anwar, but how would you feel about a little drink to boost your spirits? You have a lot of investigation ahead of you, after all. If you're offering, thank you kindly. What can I get you? It depends on the approach I decide to take with this. I could focus on the investigative aspect, really dig my heels into the connecting threads, analyze the situation, find hidden clues, speak to the locals and those affected. Of course, I would have to do so strategically. Without the right approach, this plan would fall apart. And perhaps I would even need to inspire bravery in others to care about my cause. On the other hand, who knows who caused this? If I put too much focus on theory, I might not be in the right condition to fight whomever I counter. But you'll have to talk to them. It's always much more entertaining. Not everyone can be reasoned with. In such a case, I should be able to properly defend myself. Especially if something similar should threaten to occur again. I need to be prepared for the worst-case scenario. I could offer you some phoenix chilies. Who knows what you will encounter, but burning stars are best avoided with a hint of fire resistance. Sounds reasonable. So either the right balance of intelligence and inspiration, or the ultimate fireproof self-defense. I'm not yet certain which path I should walk. You should trust the innkeeper with it. She always has the most wonderful solutions. Just this once I shall. I'll make sure not to disappoint. So is she looking for more? I have to double check. Does she want more charisma or more intelligence? It is intelligence with an infusion of... Is that strength? Oh, inspiration. Thunder Sage. Okay. Some Thunder Sage. Little more intelligence. And if I remember correctly, the rest of this drink, which is Sparkling Nebula, is that. Oh no, is it a little bit of swiftness? Oh no, I messed up. I never mess up. This is tragic. I'm usually so great at this. What's going on? Where's my ingredients? Here it is. Okay, we're looking for a Sparkling Nebula. It's just swiftness and charisma. That's what I thought. What's up? Oh, it's too much charisma. Okay, let's try again. Thunder Sage, Intelligence, and 2 Charisma, yes? There we go, Sparkling Nebula. I think perhaps the strategic way is the best approach. After all, you wish to help people, not fight them. That is very true. This is an excellent drink. I'm already coming up with a 38-step plan. Perhaps we should start with at the nearby Gaia Temple. I heard it was unfortunately an impact site. The local acolytes will be sure to offer assistance. That sounds like an excellent idea. Thank you for your effort in helping this world, Innkeeper. I'm always happy to be of service. Say, Miss Holy Spirit, those fallen stars, are they still intact? They crashed into the ground, so no, they are not intact. Were they pulverized? Not fully, no. Would you say fallen stars make for an interesting type of material? For what? Yes! They would certainly be rare. Need any help on that holy mission of yours? I know a thing or two about rocks and the like. Could give you some insights on those impact conditions. I can't say I'm an expert in geology, though I feel like I could make an educated guess. Nevertheless, sure, I would very much appreciate your assistance. Great, then I'm in. Me too. Do you know about geology as well, or astronomy perhaps? I know about astrology, and this all sounds very exciting. I've been terribly bored waiting for Leah to come back. This will greatly aid me on my mission for curing my boredom. Well, I do like to help. That is very kind of you. I know. You don't have to come along. Of course I do. Could you imagine if the stars fell down again? What if one crushed you? I need to stay close so I can catch it. I don't think you could. The stars already fell, Kyle. Done deal. What about the ones in the primordial sea? What if it floods us with all of its mirror stars? Unlikely. I'm not willing to take the risk. I'm going on this adventure with you, and with you, Miss Alethea. Great. Wonderful. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Let us not waste any more time. Thank you for your aid, Innkeep. I shall return with conclusions, and perhaps even mended firmaments. I'm looking forward to hearing of your heroic deeds. How exciting! Wish me luck. Good luck. I hope you find suitable material. Me too. Water. I need water. Oh my gosh, this kitty's back. Oh my goodness. I love her. She's adorable. And we are, with her appearance, catching up to where I had played on my own. Oh, what voice? So high pitched, but I don't want to just give her Fable's voice. And she's like, I can't just give her like a childish voice either, because she's pretty eloquent. She's a detective. Hello, I would like your finest drink, please. A drink, you say? What do you have in mind, Miss? Melina. But Melly is fine. It's short for Melina. I see. Well then, Melly, what kind of drink would you like? Something tasty. Something that will give me new fun ideas. Oh, and some Thunder Sage. I don't have any money, but I've got something to barter for the drink. You don't need to pay. But I want to. It doesn't feel right otherwise. Alright, fine with me. What do you have for me? What did she give me? What did she give me? It should have appeared on my wall. Oh, she gave me Golden Feather. Hell yeah. That's what I need to make my Sunny Breeze drink. Oh, thank you very much. Now I can accept a drink. Very well. Let's see what I can do. It is a sparkling nebula for her, 100%. So it's 3. Oh, wait. No. Hold on. Drink up. Thunder Sage first. Then it's charisma. It's 2 charisma, if I remember correctly. Oh, I'm so good at this. I'm the best at making magical drinks. I'm truly, truly the innkeep that everybody wants. Some new, fun, and sweet ideas coming right up. This is perfect! I'm already feeling the energy for new hijinks running through my veins. Thank you! This is a really nice tavern. I think I'm going to hang out here for a bit. I need a break from my investigations. Can I pet your familiar? No, he's quite antsy when he hasn't been fed. I'd worry for your hands. Okay. Zephyr's back! Hi! Welcome back! Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're here. How was the castle? Did you meet that one lady? Oh, Zephyr! Almost didn't see you there. I suppose I am as stealthy as a knight. No, as the knight. I meant as the knight. Sounds like you need a drink. Desperately. One that will help me remember words. I've been quiet for so many hours, I think I've forgotten how to speak. That explains why we're communicating telepathically right now. We are. No! Who the heck are you? Was I too stealthy for you? No. Let's get you a drink so you stop cursing at the child. Detective, stop cursing at the detective. Yes, of course. Though my drinks don't come cheap. How much? I'll trade you one for a trinket. Ah, one of those. One of those. What if I didn't find one? Are you trying to tell me you made it all the way through the castle without stealing a single thing? Nice little clock for me. Nice little bat vampire clock. With a moon and a star on it for the ones I no longer have. Though, it's weird, we do still have some moons. Oh, and I skipped what he said. Whoops. Here, thought the place might like it. Oh. Well, my tavern tells me it thinks it's beautiful. But it's wondering what it might be. Thought it was smarter than that. Does the tavern want to guess what it is? An oversized stamp, a frying pan. It says so clearly a clock. But I'm gonna say stamp. You're not even remotely close. But imagine making a huge wax seal with it. I bet that would look so cool. You'd need a very big puddle of wax, though. I think such a large amount of wax would make it impossible to open any letters. Probably. It's a wall clock, adorned with hungry rats. One creature of the night time, telling time to another. A very inaccurate wall clock, it seems. It's nowhere near midnight. The hands seem to have gotten stuck just before midnight for eternity. Or at least since I found it. Will this do, or will I have to pull another heist? This will do just fine. Good. And because I'm someone that always keeps her promises, I shall now prepare a drink for you. One moment. Let's see if I have something that will make you more polite towards local detectives. It's a spoken heart, I know that. But do I remember how to make a spoken heart? It's this, isn't it? Hell yeah, it is. Again, I am the very best. I have all of the recipes memorized because I'm just that good. Politely, a drink. Did I accentuate the right notes? Sure did. You should consider becoming a musician. I'm happy where I'm at now. Thanks. Now will you be polite and tell me what happened? No. Why not? I don't even know who you are. I'm Melina, but you can call me Melly. No thanks. So, what else did you steal? Castles have many things, I've heard. Nothing. Shouldn't you be at school? I don't go to school. I'm already smart enough. Do your parents agree with that? My parents are dead. And they didn't come back as ghosts to tell me to go to school. So it can't be that important. I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay. It's already been this many years since they died. Just kidding. I can count. It's been 7 years. So I was only 3 when they disappeared forever. I don't remember a lot about them. So Melly's 10. But I already solved their murder, so it's okay. Did you avenge them? No, they got eaten by zombies. And then the zombies got eaten by a T-Rex. Not a lot left to avenge. That makes sense. It does. A classic adventurer's tale. Right? It's basically a speedrun of my origin. I basically speedrun my origin story. I've got dead parents as my motivation and a detective career to make sure I help other people. Because people didn't help you? Exactly. But it's okay. It made me into the adventurer I am today. And I like who I am. Doesn't it make you sad? No. What's your origin story? Yes, Zephyr. What's your origin story? It's far too dark for your young mind to handle. Best you don't know. Okay, what's your name? Blaze. But she just called you Zephyr. That's my middle name. It changes to Blaze. I didn't notice that the first time. Oh my gosh. So the first time I played this, I didn't notice it switched to Blaze. I didn't realize that it had changed until we got to Malachite. I love Redacted and their ever-changing list of names. Okay, I'll respect your fake name, but only if you tell me what castle you stole the innkeeper a clock from. Fine, it was Merrill Castle. I was on a dangerous quest to steal a precious cape from a murderous vampire. Did she kill you? Obviously not. Not so murderous then. She would have if she had caught me. So she didn't? No, I managed to complete the mission undetected. Thanks to the invisibility that took hold of my body, I was able to avoid the cohort of monsters she had put in my path. Only the dragons know what would have happened if they had spotted me, weak and not prepared to fight. But they didn't. Even the living gargoyles with their lithic claws at her doors didn't sense my presence. I waited until they were mid-argument to sneak through a nearby window that had been left open to giant spiders' easy access to the castle. I heard Merrill Castle is very scary. Was it very scary? Yes. On a scale from 1 to parents being eaten by a T-Rex, how scary was it? In the middle, I suppose. Interesting. Did you run into any traps? I was able to spot and avoid them all thanks to my remarkable perceptive gifts. And your help. Anyway, I found the cape in her closet, hung up between ball gowns covered in rubies and diamonds. Did you take any? Maybe. So you're a thief? Obviously. Can you teach me how to be a better thief? I want to expand my portfolio. Why would I do that? Because I asked nicely. Forget it. No. I took the cape along with whatever gemstones I could find when I heard her approaching her chambers. Quickly, I hid among the dressing grounds, holding my breath to avoid making any sound. I thought I had made it through when suddenly she opened the closet doors. I was pressed so close to the wall I thought that the wood would start vibrating in rhythm with my heartbeat. But she reached right past me, picked out a hat, and returned to her dastardly vampiric activities. What are vampiric activities? I don't know, sucking blood, turning into bats, scheming about blood. Lots of blood stuff, it sounds like. Indeed. Did you make it out of there easily, Blaze? I found a secret passageway that led below the pond through the earth and to the summit of the Witch's Peak. Almost scared this strange cleric to death when I regained my visibility. She was ready to ignite me with her golden flames. That seems harsh for just a little jump scare. Are you sure your fingers stayed in your pockets? Who can say? Speaking of sleight of hand, where did you find that clock? It was sitting in a display case in the middle of the hallway that stretched on forever. Then how did you know it was in the middle? I could feel it. The case was locked, but with my expertise, I was able to crack it open in no time. The antique clock stood right between a ritualistic dagger and a vial of blood. I thought it was strange that it was the only item without a tag, so I took it. A tag? She's very organized, labels everything. Why would you display a vial of blood? Shouldn't that be in her pantry? Its label described it as blood from the very first vampire. Mike. Mike? Mike. Judging by its position next to such a priceless item, the clock must be worth a fortune. In that case, thank you again. It will look great in my tavern. Indeed. It sounds like you would have been in a lot of trouble if you got caught. But I wasn't. Thanks to the innkeeper's drink, I not only survived, but also avoided the horror's wrath entirely. Sounds like a tasty drink. I would hope so. It seems like the quest was completed successfully. Thank you, Blaze. You did a good job. I'm lucky I survived once more. It's a miracle I made it past so many monstrous creatures without being harmed. Did you think you might die when you took the quest, I mean? It's always a possibility. Then why would you go? Death is inevitable. Such is life. At least you have your cape now. It's not mine. It belongs to another vampire. Another vampire? Yes, it was stolen from him in a lover's quarrel. The clutches of love always end in cruel tragedy. But the comedy it takes to get there is worth the ride. Only for those willing to suffer. Aren't we all? Speaking of suffering, I'm sure Kyle, that is, the long-suffering, very comedic vampire, Melly, would love his cake back. Could I extend the quest to include a speedy delivery? After the day I've had. You've done enough hiding for one day, don't you think? Professional hiding. Fine, I'll do a direct delivery. Just this once. Where can I find this Kyle? Last I saw him, he left with Rhea to aid a certain cleric with her investigations. I'm sure you'll recognize her. Not her again. Where are they? Uncertain. Try looking around Zenith. They can't have gotten far yet. What are they investigating? The Star Reign, as far as I know. That's what I was investigating. We should go talk to them. We can exchange notes. I already drew a map of the impact sites in Zenith, so maybe they can extend it further, or even find the culprit of this curious incident. Come on, Blaze. We have to go find them, for your cape and for my notes. I'm going alone. You do whatever. With you along, I could never stay undetected. Wait for me. See you soon, innkeeper. See you soon, Mally. Okay, with that, we're gonna call it. Yeah, oh, sweet. We are not actually caught up to where I was when I played on my own, but we are getting very close. I am sure the next time we stream Tavern Talk, we will be fully caught up. This is going to take absolutely forever to upload to YouTube. My god. A 3-hour stream. I'm actually pretty impressed with us for getting this far. Like, go us. I mean... And let's get rid of this Act 1 because we are to here. My other save is gone too. Alrighty. Main menu. Yep, I'm saved up. We're gonna call it a night. Ah, that's the wrong button. Bye-bye! Thank you for... Oh no. Oh no, has this whole time... No, please don't tell me. Oh, it has been. Oh, it's the worst and I can't edit it.